When you have a player on your team who's been in the MVP contention ever since his rookie year, a player who can knock out shots like these, holy God, Luka is crazy YY. And if he continues playing this way, he's bound to break the NBA, isn't he? And oh wait, did we just forget about his number 2? Well, when you have an 8-time NBA All-Star who runs faster than a bullet train, maneuvers like an Olympian, and jukes defenders like a ninja, there's absolutely nothing left to worry about. Before continuing, don't forget to support Ballempire and dunk on that subscribe button, my friends. The Mavs already have cooked the perfect recipe for one of the finest teams in the league, and it's not only words or on paper. Luka and his Warriors have proven their mettle already. You see, right after the All-Star break, when the Mavs lost 5 out 6 games, something strange happened, something that changed everything. As of now, they boast the league's best win-loss record in the last month of the season, 13-3, the NBA's best offense in the last 10 games, and to top it all, the NBA's best defense in the last 10 games. No wonder they have climbed up from the 8th to the 5th position in the Western Conference. So folks, have the Mavericks broken the system, or is there still something that is yet to come? Well, if we look into the dynamics, Dallas is a very Luka-centric team, and they've built everything around the Slovenian superstar, which makes sense. When a player practices like this, is this guy for real? Well, I guess he is. I mean, he can make shots like this look like a walk in the park and dish out game-winning threes with unreal ease. How good was this one? But guys, all this aside, this year, the beast of Luka has been out of control. He's been on an absolute rampage with stat lines that give NBA defenses nightmares. For your information, Luka is averaging a career-high 33.9 points per game this season, which doesn't only lead the Mavericks, but also the league. And fellas, yes, he's doing it with incredible efficiency. He's shooting 48.7% from the field, which is just a hair shy of his career best, while shooting an even more impressive 38% from deep. But the main knock on Luka's offensive game has been his lack of consistent three-point shooting. But goodness, lately even that has been exceptional. He's been dishing 4.1 three-pointers per game, which is only second to Steph Curry. Jeez, and I'll slam you with a few more stats. Luka's shooting percentage of 62.2% is the highest in his career. He has the 5th highest player efficiency rating in the league, and he also ranks in the top 5 of win shares. And to add icing on the cake, Luka is one of just 3 players in NBA history to average at least 30 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds over a season. Damn, every part of these numbers shouts MVP. Luka might not be the top MVP contender, and having said that, when a team has an MVP level player, its odds of winning get substantially better. As for Dallas, the odds are way beyond better. They are amazing. In addition to this, after the NBA All-Star break, they have averaged 117 points per 100 possessions, which is the 8th best in the league. All of this while shooting lots of threes and making around 38% of them. In a nutshell, there has been an awakening from the Mavs, but this hasn't been limited to the offense. They've improved by leaps and bounds when it comes to defense. Yeah. Before the All-Star break, Mavs were 19th ranked team on defense, but then they made some changes and magic happened, raising them to the 12th rank. Damn. Now this might not seem huge, but during all this, there was a 6-game stretch where Dallas had a 127.3 defensive rating, which was not only in the league 30th, but also the worst by a massive 5.1 margin. But as the regular season has wrapped up, things are going to get way more interesting. Just a fact, in the postseason, the Mavs have always thrived. Although last season was pretty unfortunate that they didn't make it to the playoffs, struggling to put teams away and execute in the clutch due to a lack of defensive impact. But earlier in the 2021 to 2022 season, Luka was an absolute menace. During the playoffs, my man took the team to the Western Conference Finals, only losing to the Warriors, who later went on to lift the championship. Coming back to the ongoing season, the scenario has changed. Back at the 2023 trade deadline, Mavs made a huge gamble acquiring Irving from the Brooklyn Nets to provide an electrifying 1-2 offensive combination with Dončić. But at that time, there were questions about whether this duo was going to work out, whether Kyrie was going to have an impact on Dallas, or if all of this was going to blow up. And to some extent, it did. But this season, we have seen a shift in the balance. As the season has progressed and their chemistry has solidified, Dončić and Irving have formed an offensive powerhouse, whereby their respective games have been very complementary to each other. There have been great rhythm, chemistry, and coordination between the Dallases. The two. The Batman finally has his Robin. Haha. The two have been the backbone and foundation of Mavericks' success this season. On top of this, they aren't just any other duo in the NBA. They are amongst the top 3 duos in the league, and they have proved that on every occasion. equation. So how do they operate? Well, before Kyrie, Luka was the main offense. The teams used to send 2 or more players to guard him, leaving no or little opening. But now it's different. Whenever Luka is surrounded by 2 players and it seems that he doesn't have any opening left, there's Kyrie is positioned somewhere on the court, ready to receive the pass. And as soon as he gets the ball, you know the rest. He's way too fast and shifty to be caught. So before you even notice, the all-star is already on his way to dunk it in. So no matter how much the teams try blocking Luka in pick and roll, he always finds his way around them, and it's impossible to stop him. And Kyrie at the same time. On occasions when Kyrie is stuck and blocked, he always finds Luka and bang, the game is on. So folks, every time Luka and Kyrie are on the floor together, the offensive rating is 108.3 points per 100 possessions, which ranks in the 98th percentile, which in turn means the Mavs are insanely good. Speaking of the stats, the two have combined for 64.5 points at a 49.8% shooting clip, while grabbing 23.0 rebounds and dishing out 13.9 assists per contest in 51 outings together. They were one of the highest scoring duos in the NBA this year and had a 33-16 record when they were in the starting lineup together, which is indeed extremely impressive. But this is not all. Let's dive a bit into Mavericks half-court offense, because this might answer the burning question of how the Mavs will fare in the postseason. And all of us know that in the postseason things slow down, the defenses tighten up, and offenses become more vicious. The Mavs have been playing very intricately. See over here? This play begins with Luka coming up in, and Exum making an Iverson cut to the other side of the court. Luka then passes the ball to Kleber. Notice that Kyrie loops around from one side of the court to the other. Now it appears that Kleber will pass the ball to Kyrie, so the Heat are already prepared for that as they've already tagged Kyrie. But what happens next is that Kyrie uses his pace and makes a run towards the rim, where Kleber passes him the ball, which leads the Heat into the rotation, leading to multiple closeout attacks, ultimately leading to a 3. This was just one example to show you guys how the Mavs are breaking the system. And yes, we can never overlook the fact that apart from these very nicely executed offense sets, Luka is a permanent threat. He can lead high-class offense by simply driving the ball and turning away the attention. But folks, no matter how good the Mavs were in the past, the defense was always a problem for them, but no more. The Mavs have been a highly impactful defense since trading for PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, ranking 7th in defensive rating, 110.5 since their debuts on February 10th. Both players have added length and athleticism at their respective positions while solidifying the depth the team had to turn to throughout a 48-minute effort. They're also better equipped to handle injuries, as they are not skipping a beat without Dereck Lively 2 and Josh Green. Additionally, part of what makes the Mavs capable of executing different schemes is the freakishly fabulous length they've stacked up on the wing. And hear me out, Dante Exum is a big guard who can pick up full court and use length to speed up a matchup. Derrick Jones Jr. does the same on the wing, even if he has to chase a player like Stephen Curry or try to contain Kevin Durant. More importantly, Gafford has allowed them to have a competent backline defender on the floor at all times. Between him and rookie big man Dereck Lively the Mavericks have about 44 minutes of sustained rebounding, shot blocking, and rim running, whereas PJ has been able to successfully guard the perimeter and do a little bit of switching. Gafford has been an overall shot blocker. Washington has provided another on-ball defensive option with size while reinforcing the team's off-ball defense due to his ability to serve as a big when needed. We haven't spoken of Dereck Lively much, but the big man rookie is the biggest wild card for the Mavs. He has been out due to a knee sprain and won't be coming back until the postseason, but if he doesn't, it will definitely hurt the franchise. So guys, if we sum it all up, where does Dallas stand when it comes to the championship contention? The most unexpected reason why the Mavericks could win the West lies with the one thing they are least known for: defense. In the final month of the season, the Mavs were the NBA's #1 defensive team. If their defensive intensity holds up in the playoffs, coupled with Dončić and Irving's scoring masterclass, averaging a combined 59.5 points per game, it's going to be awfully difficult for anyone to deny Dallas in the Western Conference. Lastly, we can say that Luka's insane form, his partnership with Kyrie, Dallas's changes at the defense, and a shift in team mentality have worked out pretty well. They have gone from a team that did not belong to the playoffs and was easily written off by every critic to a high-end championship contender, which is rightfully feared by every other team in the West. They're going to be meeting the Clippers in the first round of the playoffs, and it is going to be a series worth watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and dunk on that subscribe button. Peace.